Welcome to the show, where we discuss time-tested and science-supported tools for better health, long life, and pleasures. If you are not satisfied with your physical appearance, if it is something that affects your life, career, or relationship, then watch this episode and learn how, without any diets, exercises, or plastic surgery, you can switch on your powerful attractor that will make you and others see yourself in a different light. Beauty standards set by fashion culture and our beliefs make us criticize our appearance harsher than the people around us do. However, the most powerful beauty standards are set by nature to ensure the survival of our species, where we unconsciously get attracted more to people who excite us sexually. I'm Lilian Zeltzer, and for over 3 decades, I researched, practiced, and hunted aphrodisiacs and natural stimulants for better health, longevity, and pleasures, which I share in this show with people who want them because, as Hippocrates said in 4th century BC, if you're not your own doctor, you're a fool. So let's explore one of the natural stimulants that can turn your special features into advantage. On this note, I would like to invite our guest, Argentina Leyva, who is an amazing artist of special photography called Boudoir Photography. Welcome to the show, Argentina.
Thank you, Lilian. I'm so excited to be here.
Our guest today is Argentina Leyva, a talented boudoir photography artist who helps people to raise their self-esteem, their confidence, and helps them to see themselves as sensual creatures that deserve to be accepted and loved. Welcome to the show, Argentina.
Thank you, Lilian. It's such a pleasure to be here.
From early civilizations till now, depictions of the human naked body or its parts have been often used as decorations in palaces, gardens, churches, fountains, houses, name it, because nakedness somehow alerts our minds. It dominates our imagination. It provokes strong emotions and triggers certain actions. What is boudoir photography in reality, and how it can help people?
Well, Lilian, boudoir photography is all about a woman's body capture with beautiful lighting, photography in a comfortable setting like a woman's bedroom. And it really helps women see themselves from a very different perspective, because we are all worst critics and we always perceive ourselves in such a different way. It normally is distorted, and boudoir photography really helps course correct that misperception that we have in our minds, because through beautiful lighting, makeup, poses, expressions, the whole point is to create the best version of each woman just as she is.
Right. I'm sure that our viewers are a little bit worried about drawing a line between images that are erotic and pornographic. Where do you draw the line between these two?
I have been very fortunate that I've never was put in a position in which somebody wanted to go more into the pornographic side. You can kind of tell with people's when you have it on the phone, but most women want to look sensual, not sexual, because we are so preconditioned to believe that we are sexual subjects to be used by men, and that we are defined by our bodies. Our worthiness, our desire, how good we are is defined by our looks. And the last thing we want is to be portrayed even more as just a piece of meat. So where do you draw the line? I think is each woman is determined by each woman's concept of her own, how she wants to be portrayed. I do go a little bit into the erotic side, but without going into the pornographic side. Think about 50 Shades of Grey. 50 Shades of Grey was a movie that, you know, became very, very popular because for the first time, women saw this type of eroticism in a more how we want to be seduced, not used.
Okay, so we can say that boudoir art is to tease your senses rather than show your naked bodies in pornographic sense of images. Is it only for women, or men also resort to it, and how helpful it is for both sexes?
You know, my experience with men has always been in a couple setting, husband and wife, or at least, you know, couples that have been together for a long time, you know, they're partners. And I love those because, first of all, you laugh a lot because it can be a little bit awkward. But, you know, I think we all fantasize with seeing how do we look actually making love and in intimacy. And we're so self-conscious, you know, we're our bodies. So my job is to direct the couple in, like, yeah, they're like making out without going into really like having intercourse, but it's more about it's the prelude to having to being intimate, you know, it's more you know, the seduction part, the kissing, the touching, not so much into the actual act of sex. And so when I bring men, honestly, they're more like props because it's still about the woman. It's still about the woman, and the men adoring the woman's beauty and really cherishing that and not going into the sexual act. So that's my experience with men. I have known that a new term called boudoir, which is boudoir for men. But I've never had that request myself, but I know there are artists that would focus just on men.
Yes, by the way, a boudoir is a French word for bedroom. So that's where it comes from, the bedroom art that will excite senses. I can imagine that it is not very easy for anyone physically or mentally to relax and pose a naked or semi-naked on camera. What can prepare people for this unusual experience?
I think that the number one thing is to interview your photographer and get to know her or him. Most women want to be photographed by women because you want to trust that person. You are in a very vulnerable position, and in lingerie, showing all your imperfections or what we think are imperfections. And you might even want to do nude pictures. So that's a very vulnerable position because we feel so judged. So really get to know your photographer, not just to do the reviews. Really have a phone conversation with whoever is going to photograph you. Number two, make sure that you have professional hair and makeup, because what you're going to be looking at the most is going to be your face, and you want your face to look absolutely amazing. And number three, obviously your lingerie. If you have any needs supporting your body, like if you had babies and your boobs are not perky anymore, well, you have to bring them up with a good push-up bra. If you have stretch marks, a good corset would shape your body. That is going to make you feel very confident in front of the camera and follow the directions in a more, without having to worry about what's showing or what's not. So those are the three recommendations that I have.
I actually know another recipe. It is a most effective French recipe that will help people enjoy and feel very comfortable during your boudoir photography sessions. And
let me know. What is it?
I'll give that recipe at the end of the episode, so watch out for that.
Okay.
In the meantime, why is it necessary to beautify a person before the photo shoot when images can be retouched or photoshopped after?
Mm-hmm. In my perspective, Lillian, in my experience, I have photographed over 3,000 women. And not once, I had a woman come in and tell me, I love myself 100%. I don't need makeup. I don't need corsets. I want to photograph every skin roll and bump in my body and wrinkles. And no, nobody. It's like you having a car that you have been driving for 50 years and is dull because of the sun. It has rips in the seats. It has some scratches in the paint, maybe a fender bender. I mean, if you're going to go to a special show, you're going to clean that car, wax it, and then put it in a good place with good lighting to take a picture of that car. You're not going to show up with a dirty car if you want to frame that car and remember it at its best. The reality is that we are like Jaguars, right? That we have been driving for 50 years, but just because we have some kinks and dents, we're still Jaguars, right? Um, so um, so yeah, that is what I think about that.
And I think it's also a psychological factor. When you see yourself in a mirror and you like what you see, it gives that special feel and touch to your image on camera.
Yeah, absolutely. And if I can interrupt you very, very shortly here, is that it is such a taboo for us women, especially when we start to get old. First, when we're young, it's about not having the perfect body and gaining weight or having a crooked nose. But once we get over the fact that, okay, this is my weight, but now it's like, now I'm old. And for us to, I mean, I had women that look at their pictures with professional makeup and I think they look beautiful, and they look at themselves and it's like, oh my God, I look so old. And it's like, girl, you look at yourself every day in a mirror. It's like you are 50, you are 60, and you have been in the sun all your life. What do you expect? And this is with makeup. So it's very, very important that whoever, the way you are, this is really had to be an exercise for you to embrace who you are. And my photography is with natural light, because natural light is what produces the most natural look. Combined with good makeup, it looks very, very natural. And I want people to see their images coming straight out of the camera before any Photoshop, to say like, wow, this doesn't need any retouching. Of course, the Photoshop is just for cleaning up, but not to create an alternate reality, not to change you whatsoever the essence of what you are. It's just for like, little things here, no hair out of place. But this is about natural beauty, not an alternate reality.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's why you're so successful, because you see how to enhance what is naturally yours, how to show that diamond in a frame that it will shine.
Right.
So I can see that there is advantage of professional photography versus selfies, where we see ourselves certain way, but we cannot present it the way a real professional artist can.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What do people usually say when they see their images of seduction, sensuality for the first time in their lives?
It goes from, oh my God, that's me, to, wow, I never thought, I thought I was going to like 2 or 3 pictures, but here I am struggling with 40 pictures. I don't know what to pick, or start crying, or like, I don't even recognize myself. I look so different, or wow, look at me, I actually look pretty good for my age. So that's my goal, to wow every person. I never had somebody, well, except for people that obviously have some really, emotional issues that you can't really guess, right? And it has happened like twice in my career. But other than that, everybody has a very positive reaction, because we've never seen ourselves this way before. And it's just nice to look at yourself. It's like, wow, that's what people see. Like, yeah, that's you without Photoshop. That's you 100%.
Yes, and I can imagine that it restores or boosts self-confidence, self-worth. Have you got any success stories that you can share with us where people's life changed or perception of themselves or relationship, they gained more confidence to talk to the boss or build a career due to your interference with your art?
Absolutely. I had a couple of really beautiful stories of women that have actually reached out to me to thank me so much. You know, one of them, the one that comes to my mind, because the one that I use the most as an example, she sent me this message probably 2 years after her session to tell me, Argentina, because of you, I saved my marriage. It's like, please tell more. What happened? So, story short, you know, she had struggled with weight all her life, and her husband was not putting her first for many, many years. And she just got tired of that. And she felt that obviously, but it was because of her weight and her looks that she always felt it was not pretty enough to deserve the attention of her husband or being him the man he wanted her to be. So she decided to do a boudoir shoot because she wanted to feel pretty. She had twins and never lost the weight. And it's like, I'm going to do something for me. I'm tired of this. If I'm going to divorce this man and go on my own, I need to find who I am and I need to feel good about myself. And that the worst thing that I feel is I don't like my physique. I don't feel beautiful. So she did the session, didn't hear from her about 2 years later. And then she told me that those pictures really make her feel so beautiful that she was like showing her pictures in the Christmas party to her family, and everybody was obviously validating her, like, oh my God, that's you. You look amazing. It's like, I know. And that made her feel more confident that, you know what, I am worthy. I am really something. And that her whole attitude started to change, that she finally let go of expecting anything from her husband, and she disconnected himself from that. He started to see that. He started to see that,
being
that he was going to lose her. She already filed for divorce, and he started to freak out. And one day he came and told her, it's like, can you please give me the opportunity not to, go through the divorce just yet? I will agree with you, and I will go to therapy first with me, and then for us together. Please don't give up. So she stopped the divorce, and he did exactly what he did. The marriage transformed, and she came to a session last year now with her husband, and they were like on top of each other. And funny enough, because she gained more weight.
That's fantastic story.
So that was beautiful.
So regardless of your body shape, if you're too skinny, too fat, too old, too young, if you think yourself ugly or beautiful, boudoir art can help you restore your self-confidence and help you with relationships, careers, and self-worth, because everyone wants to be happy and live beautiful lives and have wonderful experiences. I would be a little bit naughty here, and I would like to ask, what provocative pose do you see me on your boudoir photo?
There are a couple of poses that I really love, and actually I should have it right here. I'm going to show you the pose that I know every woman is going to look absolutely fantastic, no matter what age, shape, or size. Where is it?
Getting ready.
Let's see. Oh, it's not here. Give me a sec. Oh, no. Yeah, it's right here. And I just love, it's the one in the chair.
Oh.
Can you tell? Yeah, the one in the chair right there.
Okay, I'm trying to
I
imagine.
mean, she happens to have a nice abs, but normally I will close the shirt for somebody that obviously needs to a little bit of coverage. That's my favorite pose. I personally have my picture like that hanging in my bedroom.
Well,
And
perhaps
actually,
I should consider.
I have myself right here in my phone. You see
Oh,
that?
that is beautiful, beautiful. Well, especially that we do age, and in say 10 years' time, I won't have what I have now. So it's like putting in a capsule your image that you can treasure till the rest of your days,
Yeah,
and you can actually leave it behind for people to admire later.
absolutely.
I love talking to you. You are very approachable and so easy to talk to. I'm sure that's one reason why you're so popular. Um, is there anything you would like to add or suggest?
I think what I would like to say to women in general, you have to try it at least once in your life. At least once, because even if you think that you are not, don't have the body, or you don't have that courage, or you don't, a lot of women say like, oh, I don't have the confidence. Well, that's exactly what
Or
you do it
another
to gain
excuse,
confidence.
time. I don't have time. Yes, you do
Yeah,
have time for
exactly. Like,
yourself.
no, we're just getting older. So do it now, and just like jump in the water and, take a breath and jump. You're not going to regret it. And if you don't like your body right now, wait 20 years. You're going to wish you did.
Absolutely, especially that there is direct benefit doing something like your sensual image uh, as a tool, um, not only for yourself, but for building love of others, of giving them opportunity to see you as a different person that has sensuality. Say, if you are IT person, or you're a big boss, or you're a secretary, or your mom who doesn't have time to put makeup every day, that would
Yeah.
put you in different.
Nobody walks around looking like this, every day whatsoever. But here's my boss lady pose. So you can see it.
Oh, that is very, very beautiful.
Right? It's like powerful pose.
Still,
But yeah, so I mean, this is me every day, but I love to look at my picture so made up. It really makes you feel so good about yourself. It just releases endorphins in your body, just like, eating ice cream. So I'd rather, look at my picture than anything else to feel good about myself.
I'm surprised that men didn't take advantage of your art as yet. But nevertheless, perhaps after this episode, there will be men who would consider taking advantage of your art.
Yeah.
On behalf of our viewers and myself, I would like to thank you for sharing your expertise of the powerful boudoir photography that can make many people enjoy happier lives and relationships. Thank you. Thank
No,
you.
thank you for letting me share. I'm here to empower women.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you won't miss any of the new episodes. If you have questions, comments, or suggestions, please put them below the video. I do read them. If you are looking for a good, reliable source of specific ingredients, experts, services, or products, click on the resources link under this video. To health, long life, and pleasures.